let's master the technique of the most basic lower body movements, the squat and the lunge. Now, you've probably heard or done these moves before, but are you doing them correctly? It's important to make sure you're doing them right, so every workout you do, you get the most benefit for every movement. So, let's head on and start with the squat. The squat is a power-packed move. It strengthens the hips, glutes, quads, hamstrings, and the core. So imagine sitting back in a chair. Start with your feet hip or shoulder width apart and your toes slightly turned out. Bend at your knees, hinge at the hips, and keep your back straight. You want to keep your chest up and the weight in the back of your heels. If you feel like you could pick up those toes, you'll know you're doing it right. Make sure your knees never extend over those toes. If your knees extend over the toe, it's a clear sign to shift your weight back into those heels. To help keep your technique in check, pick a spot in front of you to look at. Avoid looking down at your toes because it will cause your back to round and your technique to suffer. Some common issues to look out for are, if your knees drift inward, try opening your toes a little more to get a better, stable base. If you feel unbalanced, open your legs a little wider in distance. And last, if you notice your chest isn't upright, try holding your arms straight out parallel to the floor. So this is the most basic version of the squat, but there are tons of variations. The inner thigh squat, for example, you open the legs wider and exaggerate turning the toe out. So good luck and go practice your squat. Work that butt, hips, thighs, and legs with the lunge. It's a move that gives killer results. To start, keep your upper body straight with your shoulders back and relaxed. Keep your chin up and then imagine stacking your ears, shoulders, and hips in a straight line looking from the side. Imagining this line will help you keep your hips aligned correctly and not tilted forward. Lower your hips until both knees are bent at about a 90-degree angle at the lowest point. Make sure your front knee is directly above your ankle and not pushed over those toes. Remember to aim for a 90 degrees. You'll know you're dipping too deep if that knee touches the floor. And finally, keeping the weight in your heels, push back up to the starting position. During the entire move, engage your core to help keep balance and your movement will be super smooth. Try picking a point well in front of your toes to stare at. This will also help keep solid balance. So these basics will set you up to try all kinds of variations like the walking lunge, pulses at the bottom of the move, the side lunge, and jumping lunge leg switches. But no matter the version, keep these basic techniques in mind and you'll be sure to get stellar toned legs. So with this review, I am sure you're ready to go practice and master that lunge and squat. If you have any questions at all, reach out to the Skinny Circ team. We would love to hear from you, and thanks so much for watching.